Hey, everybody. It is time for Twitter Scope. There we go. Hey, guys. Let me go ahead and just correct this a little bit. Welcome to Twitter Scope. I am your host who's trying to get her flippin' tripod, and watch, it'll probably fall. There we go. I usually have this all set up. Hey, welcome, guys. It's time for Twitter Scope, and oh my gosh, I want to restart this one. It's one of those days. I should probably just do it. I should just do it crooked, right? Well, welcome everyone. It is time for Twitter Scope, and if I can get my tripod issues, there we go. I'll go ahead and do it that way. Welcome. So sorry for that rough start. My name is Dawn Carter on the socials. Oh, it's back there too. Dawn Carter, and every single day on Twitter Scope, we're pushing back the veil of ignorance that surrounds Twitter. I don't know how many of you have said, or you've had friends that have said, Twitter sucks. Can't get it to do what I want it to do for business. I can't build my own brand around my own personal brand or for the brand for my business. So I am here every single day giving quick, usually around 5-minute tips to help educate you, your questions, or help driving what the topics are about. So I wanted to let you know today we are going to go episode 61. On the weekends, I talk about etiquette, and today's etiquette tip is buying followers is bad form. Why is buying followers bad form? One of the things, in fact, I had a friend that just wrote a blog post about that. Her name is Socially Sam. I'll go ahead and give her a little shout out there. Socially Sam just wrote a great blog post about why, a lot of research behind it, why buying followers is a bad idea. I just want to let you guys know real quick, I'm going to give you my humble opinion on that. And you can agree or disagree, but this is what I think. So they're not real followers. So you're not getting real engagement. Again, hey, welcome, Darcy. We're going over our episode 61, why buying followers is not a great idea. I just talked about a friend, Socially Sam, who posted a very well-researched article. I think she's she's a digital agency gal. Very well-researched article about why buying fake followers is good. And these are my reasons. They're very, very much in alignment with hers. There's no real engagement because they're not real. A lot of times the followers you're buying for $3.99 or buy 100 followers for whatever, they're robot accounts. They're not real. And you're like, well, what's the big deal? If they're not real, they fluff up my follower numbers. Still not a great idea. Hey, Salka, thanks for hopping on. Reason being, if they're not real, you're not going to have real engagement. So for instance, when people are looking at or evaluating you, there are tools out there. Go read her post. Follow Socially Sam on Twitter and then read her post. She talks about some of the tools that you can use to research. You put in someone's Twitter ID and then there's an algorithm that takes a look at how many accounts are actually interactive or inactive or have never tweeted. And it is pretty surprising. So even people who are so-called, big influencers or stuff, So go ahead. I would encourage anyone to do it on their own account. And I did it and I posted it. And if it's up in the 90s, because you're going to have some fake followers that are just automatic. But you can tell if someone's buying them because you've got a huge chunk of those. So do not buy them. Number one, they're not real followers, so they're not going to engage. And what it does is it degrades your account. When I say degrade, you need to think of your Twitter profile, your account, as an asset. That's something that's of value. When you have something that is nonsense in your valuable asset, which is your Twitter account, it's going to degrade the value. For instance, I just mentioned this great post by Socially Sam, and she lists the different tools that you can use to do research on whether people's followers are real. If you are exposed as a fake and exposed as someone who's buying followers, this is not good news. It degrades one of the biggest assets you have online, which is your credibility. And that's my third point. It shows that you're inauthentic. So do not... I know it sounds like a good idea. People think they get in their ideas, and this is what the marketers, the slimy ones, are trying to do. If you have a lot of follower accounts, if you have a lot of followers, you must be an influencer. We might pay you to do some Twitter stuff for us. I don't know what, but people, or it's just vanity. It's like, don't listen to that lie. Big follower count does not equal that you're an influencer. It could mean a lot of things. It could definitely be because you're an influencer, but not always the case. You do not want to mess with your social capital. That is an asset, and you want to be seen as authentic. You want to be interacting with people. It doesn't mean you have to live on Twitter all the time. Don't get me wrong. Maybe we all have our jobs and other things to do. But you absolutely want to have real followers that you can engage with, and this whole buying stuff, I don't know, it's just, you know what it is? I think it's people not willing to do the work. It takes work showing up consistently and making that a priority. And I think people want a shortcut. It's like, oh, well, I just want all of this. I want the good body without the exercise. I want the health without the adjusting my eating habits. So I think that's the Twitter equivalent of, I don't know, it's like a get skinny or get rich quick scam. Well, we know who's getting rich, right? The guys that are selling the fake followers. So let's not support that bad industry. And let's go ahead, let's put them out of business. But also, I think part of what we can do, one of the things we can do to help put them out of business is get out of this, oh, they've got a number of followers, and idolizing people with large follower counts. Because if the people that really know what's going on start saying, you know what, follower count doesn't mean as much as you think it means. So all of a sudden that lowers that motivation for people to go out and buy that. I don't know. I'm of the opinion, yes, it's a huge culture shift to turn around. It's this whole celebrity culture, but you know what? We are responsible for our own self, and we are the culture makers. So let's set a better bar, set the bar higher for the Twitter culture. So I will get off my soapbox. So wanted to just let you know, in the etiquette world, in summary, it's not safe to have followers you don't know, right? Well, you know what, Darcy, that's a good, there are a ton of followers I don't know. I will check out their profile when someone follows me. That's a great question. If someone is following me and then I get those notifications that so-and-so follows me, I'll check them out, but I'm making a decision whether or not to follow them back. If there are people that are following, I do highly, highly recommend going through periodically, maybe once a month, once a week, going through and checking your follower list. You can just do it on the desktop. It's easier than scrolling through on your phone. Get rid of the spam bots and the porno bots. Just get rid of them. I don't even though I'm not following them back, I don't even want their stench stinking up my stream. So I don't want other people who are checking out who are following me to ever see a pair of boobs or whatever on that. That's not. So go in, clean up your own your own followers, people that are following you. Get rid of them, even if it lowers your follower count. I did that on Periscope. I cleaned up. I got rid of like 20 or 30 folks, and do it on Twitter, do it on Instagram. Block them if they're obscene. Just get rid of them. You don't want that nonsense. I don't even want the appearance of that hanging out in my follower stream. Yeah, I agree. Clean it out. Yeah, so clean it out. You don't do it all the time. Just do it once a month. Go into your own follower stream. Just clean out the nonsense. I mean, if they're obviously, porno accounts or talk to me, my parents aren't, all that nonsense. Get rid of it and never, ever, ever buy followers. They're not real. And like I said, if you reference this, Socially Sam, go follow her on Twitter and read the blog post she just wrote about fake followers. It's a long, long read. Very, very well researched. She goes into how to spot fake followers, the tools you can use. And again, I mentioned one of those, and I can't even remember what it was, but you can put in someone's Twitter ID, and it'll run how many people, basically how many accounts are inactive that are following them, because then it's robots, or what percentage. That's what you're looking at. You want to see of their whole follower count, how many are these nonsense things. So it's important that because you need to manage and take ownership in your own follower. Manage your followers. Just manage them. Just like you need to manage your content, you need to manage your time, you need to manage your social presence, manage your followers as well. So I will get off my soapbox. Thanks for joining me. You guys, love being here every single day. Catch.me/decart is where you can catch all of the past Twitter Scope episodes. I can't believe we're up to episode 61. This is awesome. Every single day of the week, I go over different focus. So weekends is always etiquette, something having to do with what's bad form, what's good form, what will make you look like a noob in front of, well, no, that's a horrible way to put it, but what is good to do. Things like a lot of people don't know, auto DMs are a bad idea. There are people that will just automatically unfollow you. If the first thing out of your mouth is an auto DM, auto direct message, they'll unfollow you. So those are the kinds of things, those little tips that's like, Why isn't anyone talking about this? People need to tell people so that so people aren't embarrassing themselves and then saying Twitter sucks when it's maybe Twitter doesn't suck. Maybe it's how we're using it. So let's push back that veil of ignorance that surrounds Twitter one day at a time, and you guys are helping me do that. So thank you for hopping on. I'll be back tomorrow every single day at 10 a.m. Pacific time. And again, my name is Dawn Carter. And look, because now I'm doing this from my Dawn Carter right there. There we go. You're welcome. Any opportunity I have to use the hand, I love it. So anyway, I will see you guys later. I'll stop my silliness and I will talk to you later on the socials. Bye-bye.